And I think we've got Coach Mitchell on the line now. Coach Mitchell from Southern?
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Coach Mitchell.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
The Jaguars get a victory over Alabama A&M on Saturday. If you could kind of summarize that, and then you've got Jackson State coming to town this weekend, and then we'll open it up for questions.
It was a big victory for us. It was our first SWAC game. We definitely wanted to be on the winning end of that. It now puts us at 1-1 with Jackson State coming in here, which is a huge game. It was a great game last year at their place. Now we have the opportunity to face them in our place. It's a great game for our fans. They wanted that game here. They have it here, so now we just hope they come up and show out for the game.
We'll open it up for questions for head coach Stump Mitchell from Southern University.
Coach Mitchell, Dewan Porter, Southern University Alumni Federation, Chicago. Just wanted to ask a couple questions and make a quick comment. First, congratulations on your victory. This past weekend, the alumni here in Chicago was definitely had an ear to the radio and listening to the game. We're definitely all excited about this week's game coming up. Big rivalry, Jackson State. Can you first tell us how you guys preparing? You do anything different this week with Jackson State coming to town?
We're not going to do anything different than we've been doing, especially with our APR being what it was that caused us to miss a day of practice. We don't practice on Sunday. We don't practice on Monday. We had to give a day back. So we're going to go out tomorrow and start our preparation for Jackson State. We had a good game against them last year. It wasn't good enough. It was an exciting game, but it wasn't good enough. We were on the losing end of that game, as you well know. But it's a different team, a different attitude. Hopefully it'll be a different occasion for the Jaguar fans that this game is now here. Hopefully they'll party inside the stadium as well as outside.
Great, Coach. Final comment, good luck this weekend, and Jaguar Nation will be there strong.
Thanks a lot.
Just as a reminder, this is a media teleconference. Do we have media members with questions for Coach Mitchell?
Yes, sir. James Verrett, I'll be calling your game coach on television this weekend. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, James. Thanks for being on.
What is important for you guys to get your second win in a row?
Well, we have to eliminate the penalties and turnovers. We did eliminate from the first game we played. I think we had 12 or 13 penalties, and we had 3 turnovers that first game. We got it down to 7 penalties this past game. That's still too much, and we had 1 turnover. So we put both of those areas. We were much better in both of those areas, but we need to try to eliminate them as much as we can. We missed a field goal. We got in the red zone. We were knocked out of that a couple of times because of either a penalty or a mistake, or then we just missed the field goal. So we have to constantly get better every week. Guys have to come out on Tuesday and prepare like they prepared last Tuesday, even though we had lost. Now we have to be able to handle success. They need to come out and prepare like they did last week, and I think we'll be okay come Saturday.
Coach, as far as your defense, they pitched a technical shutout, did not give up any touchdowns. What changed from week 1 to week 2 in order for that to happen?
Well, offensively, we were in the ball game. We came out with the type of enthusiasm and mindset and game setting tempo that the defense did last week. Defense came out against Tennessee State. They hit them in the mouth pretty good. They gave us the ball offensively, and we didn't capitalize. But this time we came out, first play of the game, we scored, and defense came out, and they continued to play the type of football that they were playing last week. But I think what we have to do offensively, we still have to give our defense an opportunity to get more rest, even than they did last week. They had 78 plays last week. So in an 11-game season, they cannot be playing 26 more plays than the offense every game. Those guys will be worn out when we're in the middle of our season. So defensively, those guys are playing with a lot of enthusiasm, the desire and the will to hit and to get it done. And we have great leadership from Jamie Payton, transfer. He's been outstanding for us.
How important is it to turn those pass breakups that you had this past against Alabama A&M into interceptions and turnovers?
Well, we know we're going to get our share of opportunities to make something happen in the passing game. Jackson State, no question, they have probably the best passing game in the SWAC, and probably top some in other conferences as well. They're a prolific passing game. They can also run the ball. They're a big team, but we have to, unlike last year when we got our hands on some passes, we did not hold on to them. We have to take some of those opportunities and be able to capitalize by interceptions or forcing turnovers to give the offense a short field to work on.
Hey, Stump, it's Ross at the Clarion Ledger in Jackson. How you doing?
I'm good, Ross. Yourself?
Good, good. You mentioned the fans. You mentioned the game being obviously back at Mumford Stadium. What are some of the stories maybe that you've heard about and that you've seen maybe in your day playing that you've heard about how Mumford Stadium is, the atmosphere is when Jackson State comes to town?
Well, what they say is that Jackson State don't bring as many fans. I mean, your stadium is much larger than ours, but the Jackson State, as in the past, they have not brought as many fans to Baton Rouge as we took to Jackson. And one thing I can tell you, that was my first game after being in the NFL in which it really felt like an NFL atmosphere rolling into Jackson. That was an awesome experience. I think if there was a lot of experiences like that, you wouldn't have as many guys deciding to go off to the major institutions because they can get to the NFL from the SWAC. That's been proven. But that atmosphere was awesome. But we have to give our universities the support they need in order for people to succeed. And unfortunately, most of the games are not that way. But that was an awesome experience. I hope we can have that experience, or Jackson State fans can and players can see that experience, because for me that was awesome. That made me not miss a day or a game day in the NFL.
Coach, last year's game against Jackson was very emotional. I know you've been trying to instill discipline in your team. Is one of the keys to this ball game against Jackson State staying contained and keeping your cool when things go a little haywire?
Yes, they have an unorthodox quarterback. I mean, this guy, he can throw the ball. I don't even know if he needs legs to throw the ball, because half the time he just throws it up. He have an outstanding crew of receivers, but he's a quarterback that has great efficiency and accuracy, just unbelievable. So we have to try to contain this guy. We can't let him break the pocket and sit up and throw. And the good thing about it, when he breaks the pocket to run, he's doing what you coach most quarterbacks to do, still look downfield for your receivers, and they just got a good thing going there. They're 2-0 because that's how they are. They're a good football team, and I understand why they were picked to win it on that side. So this is going to be a battle for people to see, because Jackson State and Southern at this particular point in time cannot play for the SWAC championship. This is a SWAC championship, and we have it on our campus, so we need the fans to come out.
Yeah, it's tough. You mentioned it there about maybe this being the SWAC championship. Both teams obviously ineligible. It sounds like in your mind it almost makes this game larger.
Oh, no question. It is, because if these guys or either one of the two teams go undefeated in the SWAC, and that's a tall order in itself. But you got to think about it. No matter what else happens, they can rightfully say we should have been. Believe what you want to believe. If either one of the teams go undefeated, and again, that's a tall order. But you're not going to be able to tell their fans anything any different.
Any final questions for Coach Mitchell from Southern University?
Coach, you had over 300 yards passing. Your running game did not hit the century mark. Are you still trying to establish a running game, or is your team identity pass first now?
We are still trying to establish a run game. We will be trying to establish a run game until I leave here. Now, our identity may be passing if we never get that done, but we're working every day starting on Tuesdays to establish a running game.